You're listening to The Moose and the Loose, your 10 minutes action-packed financial podcast with your host, Mike Yahoo. Hey, what's up, Market Moose? Mike from The Moose on the Loose. I hope you're doing well on this Business Friday with kind of like a little bit of a personal note today. I decided to look back at my goals for the year of 2024. I know a lot of people, they're just thinking that's cliche, but I truly believe in this. Just because if I don't set any goals for the year, the year doesn't mean that much. And let's be honest, time flies super fast. So if you don't have some specific points that you want to achieve or improve year over year, well, you're not gonna make it. And one of my trick is that I put Post-its on my computer screen, and it's also like every year what I do is I do a wallpaper, including images of things that I want to do, I want to reach. Sometimes it's goals, sometimes it's travels, but it just helps me to have like that checkpoint, a quick reminder. And the reason why I decided to look over my goals in November, instead of at the end of the year is, of course, I have not completed all of them yet. And yes, I still have 2 months to achieve those. So that is super important. So there's still time left to do something out of it. And it's just a way for me to try to become better, but just for myself, not compared to anybody else. It's just like I want to be a better me versus last year, and so on. And one thing that I've realized when I came back from my sabbatical year at the age of 35 is life is going to run out very quickly. As fast as days, weeks, months, years pass by, one day you're going to die and it's going to be over. So I just want to make sure that I do most of what I can while I'm on this earth. So I have classified my goals into 4 categories. The first one is probably the most important one, health. Like physical health, mental health, spiritual health, really, really important. So among those goals, I wanted to drop my weight at 170 pounds, which is a big failure right now. I'm still in 180s. So that's not happening. I wanted to work out harder and run more, which both are on pace. So my goal was to run 1,200 kilometers, and I'm slightly above 1,000 right now. So really much on pace, not too much advance. I just have to keep on running and I'll be fine. And one thing that was supposed to help me to get to my ideal weight was to control my alimentation, like the way I eat, and that's a big mess. So I started the year allowing me 1 cheat day per week, but that completely derailed from time to time. Again, yesterday I went to the restaurant to celebrate some news about my business. So it was a lot of fun. It was really worth it, but was definitely not part of a package where I have 1 cheat day per week, because then this weekend I'm going to Buffalo to watch a Bills game. So of course I'm not gonna eat salad and broccolis. So of course it's going to be another mess. So I need to find a way on this one. It's just a matter of having the right mindset, but it's super difficult. I'm sure you can relate, but this one has been very tough. The second one was relationships. So with friends, with family, romantic relationship, and 2 things that was the highlight of those goals was to plan more my weekends, in the sense that I wanted to do more stuff either with friends or with my wife or with my children. But just to have a little bit more in the schedule than just doing kids activities and then taking time to relax, which actually was quite a success so far. And the main highlight actually is I decided, actually it's coming to from my wife Jose, so all credit goes to her. It's nothing about me this time, but at the beginning of the year she said, how about we plan one day, one activity, anything but one thing that we do just together. The kids are growing up and it's time to get back into couple mode, right? So we decided to do that, and including this, we started to go out and see a lot of shows. So I'm going to see Two Feet next week. I went to see Fouki. So for those who are Quebecois, you know what I'm talking about. Clay and Friends. So we went to see a lot of shows over the year. Most of them were nearby, sometimes in Montreal, but then we went hiking together. We just had like, sometimes it was like super simple, just having breakfast or had like setting up a fire in our backyard and just like chilling with some music for the night, but really have like couple time, and that was just amazing. So it was a big win for me. I'm super happy on this part. That went well. I don't have too much to talk about on this part. Then I had another one, experience. So experience about like traveling, leisure, hobbies. So I wanted to go to Argentina and to Bali. Bali did not work out, but that was replaced by Iceland, so that still works. So Argentina and Iceland, two amazing trip. One with my son William at the beginning of the year. Then I had the chance to go for a family trip for 2 weeks in Iceland, one of my favorite countries. Actually, like even Argentina was just amazing. I really want to go back there. I'm while I'm recording right now, I'm looking at my wallpaper and there's a picture of Argentina, and I just like, yeah, I would I would take a flight right now and go back. Anyway, so that was like two great moments in my life. I also wanted to read 5 books. I'm halfway done, so I'm a bit late to complete that task. I have like 2 books that I've read, and then 3, like one that I started. So definitely not enough. So I'll have to work a little bit more on that. And to help me, I wanted to read 30 minutes a day. So I did that for about half of the year, and then I stopped. And I'm not too sure why I stopped. So like that was part of my morning routine. Instead of like looking at my phone, I wake up at 5, and then at 5:30 I start working out. So between 5 and 5:30 I was going to read. So it's more probably like 20 minutes of reading. But yeah, unfortunately, I stopped that. So just by the fact that I'm saying it out loud and I realize that I've stopped that, I will likely go back. I mean, just telling that to you makes me a little bit more accountable about my stuff. And I think that having like accountability when you want to reach specific goals is super important. So there you go. Next Monday, I'm going to work out and I'm going to read. I'm reading Tools of the Titans by Tim Ferriss. Right now, it's really good read, and it works perfectly by reading like 20-30 minutes a day, because those are like just short interviews with multiple celebrities, athletes, people from this like science background, like very interesting. But it's usually like 2-3 pages for each person, so you get a lot of information out of this. I also had a lot of business goals for Dividend Stocks Rock and all the others. Most of them has been completed. I wanted to improve the cash flow, clean up all our debts. So that has been done at the beginning of the year. We had a big decision with my partner, so that has been settled as well. I wanted to attend a conference. I really enjoyed the one made by ConvertKit, that is now Kit, in Boise. It's been my second year in a row. I already bought my ticket for next year. Really looking forward to it. So that was great. And on a personal side, I wanted to pay some debts off, which has been a failure so far. But I am in a great momentum right now. So I think that I won't be able to pay everything that I wanted to pay this year. But I know that starting in 25, I will carry on that momentum that I'm building. So that is also something when you set up goals. Sometimes you're not going to achieve them, but if you have some solid momentum, you're eventually going to get there. And by getting there, it just it's just worth it, right? It just helps you to get closer to this. And I have a beautiful setup for next year. I'm working on a new project about an online retirement community. If you are interested to know more about this, I started a wait list. So there's nothing yet. So you can go to dividendstocksrock.com/retirement-rocks. for Retirement Rocks. It's not going to be the name of the community, but since the Earl is coming from Dividend Stocks Rocks, I thought, you know what, /retirement-rocks for the waitlist could be a good name. So, all right, Moose, that's enough for today. Thank you for listening to this one. It helps me to be more accountable and to review what I have to do yet. So I will definitely work on that mindset and try to eat a little bit less and drink a little bit less wine so I can get to my ideal weight. So, all right, have yourself a nice weekend. If you're going to see the Buffalo game, the Bills game at Buffalo, well, hit me on Twitter or on YouTube and tell me where you're going to be. It could be fun to connect with any listeners. All right, take good care. Have a great weekend, and we're going to talk again on Monday. Until then, don't forget to stay invested. Hey, welcome to the disclaimer. If you're listening to The Moose and the Loose, you cannot really expect me to give you buy or sell recommendation or financial advice, right? You're here for fun, you're here for information and some entertainment. But I am not your financial advisor, I am not your broker, so therefore I'm not liable if you're losing money after listening to the podcast. If you're looking for some advice, go see a professional. If not, you can enjoy the show and do your due diligence after it.